Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Welcome to a very quick stream because the other night I did promise we would do some big diesel stuff on the Crewe to Birmingham route. That's what we're going to do. We're in the Whistler. I've just done a free roam tonight. I can see people asking, is it on the PS5? No, it's on the PC. This is on the PC. So we're at Basford Hall at Crewe. We're going to go down as far as Birmingham. Straight run. I've got about an hour or so I need to go out tonight, but I thought Stace was asking, when's the next stream? When's the next stream? When's the next stream? She was badgering and badgering and badgering. So I've come back tonight to do this. We might do another one either later on this week or over the weekend as well, but I wanted to do this because I know a few of you were talking about the diesel, so that's what we're going to do. How's everyone doing, first of all? We got Dave Melody. How you doing, Dave? Good evening. We got Stace. I would expect Stace to be in because this is for her. Andrew Brazier, how you doing? G. Dave, Horns, David Drives. Mel, good evening. How you doing, Mel? Nice to see you. Simon is back. How are you? Cheeky midweek stream. Yeah, exactly. Wasn't expecting one. They're the best ones, aren't they? These are the best ones. Shamor, how are you doing? Yeah, you can hear me this time. No, I'm checking. I'm looking for the little lines doing this, so I know where it is. Right, okay. Anyway, without further ado, being as I'm on a sort of deadly timer, we got 66s as well. Again, just for Stace. Let's just have a quick look before we move. There you go. We do have 66s. Crewe is back there. This is Basford Hall, as I mentioned. And yeah, I've got these vans set up. We got 15 of these vans. I've already got the 40 all set up ready. I had to change the braking from, I think it was on air brake passenger. So if you remember, with these vans, you've got to switch it over on the back wall of the cab to get going. So I've already done that. I've gone to vacuum brake goods. So we should be good to go. So I'm going to come out of this. Listen to that whistle. I've got the windows open, so we should get the full benefit. So let's get going, shall we? I'll just check that all the points are correct before we set off, because I don't want to derail it the minute that we. Hang on a minute. Stop. What's happening to the map? Right, hang on. Let's get out of that. That's not a good start, is it? What's going on there? Is he going to let me go back? Oh, there we go. That was weird. I'm out of the seat as well. Hang on. Let me do that again. What's wrong with that now? So, that is very odd. That needs changing. How do I get rid of that legend shot? Look what he's doing. I've never seen that before. That's weird. I'm going to try once more. But what I'm going to do first is make sure my mouse is right, because it sometimes plays up because of that. Oh yeah, look at that. Weird. That's really weird. Toggle legends. Does that do it? Toggle the labels. Any ideas? 2 minutes in and he's broke it. Yeah, it looks like stick drift. It does. Right, I don't know what's happening with that. And I'm out of the seat again. Look at that. You know what? I'm going to risk it. And we'll just lag it as we go out of the sidings, and I'll just give a manual check of the points as we go. So if I pop out, have a quick look. I think we're going to be all right. I think that's all right to me. Right, here we go. That's weird. That's a bit of drama I didn't expect. Very slow out of here as well. So, a completely fictitious service, as you might have gathered. But this is the beauty of free roam. You can kind of do what you want. It's also slotted in. Being a free roam, it's slotted in with the regular timetable. So the traffic will be just coming up and down as normal for 6 minutes past 10 in the morning on this route. So we'll just see how we go. It's 47 miles down to your favourite place, Birmingham. The re-railing team are on the other side of Crewe Station. Wolverhampton, how are you doing? It wouldn't be one of my streams if I didn't break it. Where are we going? Stop it. Look in the top corner. Stop trying to wind me up. Anyway, we're off. 5 miles an hour out of Basford Hall. Hope everybody's well, by the way. Yeah, early start. Usually it's about 6:30 when I start it. But because of time restraints, I thought I'd just do it. NCU came in. Pete Wright, good evening. How are you? Where's Pete Edmonds? If he's not watching it live, he'll be here afterwards because this is one of his favourites. He'll be calling for the nurse again when he sees this. Wait till we get up to speed and we really thrash it. So, for anybody new to TSW, obviously the Class 40 is part of the heavy freight pack, which, it gets complicated. It adds on to the Northern Transpennine route. So you would need the Northern Transpennine plus the heavy freight pack, and then to run this you would obviously need the Birmingham Crewe route as well. Gets confusing. It must be very confusing to a new player. It is to me, and I've been playing it for years. Looking good in the 40, yes, definitely. We ran a few of the electrics, didn't we, the other night, so why not? Right, we'll soon get up to speed. Still leaving the sidings. We'll just sound the horn, because why not? We're probably not meant to, but it's fine. FPS Gamer, how you doing? Yeah, thanks once again for coming in. I thought I might be playing this on my own. Well, me and Stace maybe. Maybe you would watch it on the replay, but I'm glad you've come in. There's no green or trees. What's these here? Look, 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 see? Lots of greenery. We'll open it up very soon. Then we've got 46 miles still down to Birmingham. All good FPS, yeah, thank you. That's a point. Do you want the FPS? You've just reminded me. There we go. Put it in that top corner if you can see it. How's it playing for everybody that's got it? I've heard there's been a few issues, which I know they're looking at. You missed Monday, yeah, you're out of order, yeah. You can't go to a pub quiz and miss this. Right, we're coming onto the main line, finally. That looks good, doesn't it, that? And it sounds good. And we got a green, so that's good. Not had time to play yet. Gee, Dave. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. You're not getting it. I don't say Birmingham enough. What is it about me saying Birmingham that's funny? I don't get it. Am I not meant to say the G in the middle? Someone said something about they put out the wrong build. I think they might have done again on the Xbox. I think on the Xbox they might have done. I was going through the Dovetail Discord, having a look at what was going on yesterday, but I think they fixed a lot of it, haven't they? Shoddy, how are you? Good evening, band of mates. On PC pace, perfect for you. Did shoot past Corsley and failed an objective. No, that happens to all of us. Animal's in. Good evening, Animal. Right, just let me send a quick message to my mum, who you all know. She's messaging me right in the middle of a stream. Give me one sec. This is very professional. And then we'll open it up. There you go. You'll be wondering why we're not coming past the West Coast main line at the other end, past their house. Anyway, shall we thrash it? Tell her we say hello. She's messaging me back now, she's mad. Sorry, Mum, if you're watching. Right. Here we go. Full throttle. How's the sound? Tell me about the sound. Just in case it's too loud. This is going to be a lot louder than the other stuff we were driving the other night. Yeah, texting. Only because it's my mum. She'll be sore at me if I don't text her back. The sound is terrible. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Right, she's fine. She's fine. Quieter at the back. Got no tail lamp. Can we put one on? Can't put one on even. What's the top speed of a 40 then? Can't remember. Is it about 75? Are we restricted by the bands? Yeah, it doesn't say on there, does it? Might even be 60. Are you going on the quiz night then, Animal? Are you joining him on the quiz night next week? Van speed 60, yeah, I thought it might be. Thank you for that. Let's slow it down a little bit then. Yeah, 60 for the van shoddy, thank you. Yeah, got it. FPS Gamer, this is still on your wish list. The wallet's having a fight with itself. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I thought we'd do this though, then we can do something a little bit different, you know. Rather than just running the 350. In fact, whilst I've been playing this, after Monday's stream, whilst I've been playing this myself, I don't even think I've run the 350. I was playing the 170 quite a bit. There's a few services backwards and forwards between Wolverhampton and Dacey's favourite place, Birmingham. So I've been running that quite a bit. That's quite useful on here. I did a few of the 66 services. And I did a couple of these. I didn't run the 40, but I was running a couple of the other diesels. So I've not even really been in the 350, apart from when I was showing it to you guys on Monday. It goes as fast as what's on the speedo. 90, says Pete. Could be 45. There's no way I'm doing 45. Actually, I wonder if anybody has done something like that, some kind of spreadsheet showing the maximum speeds of everything. Excuse me, that we've got in TSW. Because for the speeds of like the wagons, etc., I always go and have a. Usually there's a plate on the back, isn't there, saying what the top speed is, the maximum speed, and usually I rely on that if I can't remember. But I just wonder if anybody's put anything together. Because that'd be useful. Obviously, if you're Animal, you're just gonna floor it anyway. But if we're doing it proper, that might be an idea. No guides van, that's true. Could be inside one of these. I think that's pretty neat how you can do that. Not meant to do it while you're driving, but best close those and lock it. There we go. Right, 57 to go. 40 to go, sorry. We're travelling at 57. Fully braked, so there's no need for a brake. Ah, that's useful, yeah. I want to know what happened to the map, though. Seems to be behaving itself at the moment, but there is the map, by the way. There's Crewe at the top, Wolverhampton, Birmingham down the bottom. So because of the limitations of the free roam, I was going to go to Soho Depot, which is just outside Birmingham, but apparently when you do a free roam, they're not legit stopping points, so I wasn't able to set that as the destination. So we're going all the way into Birmingham, platform 3. If we can get in there with the rest of the timetable, that is. We'll just see how we go. We'll pretend we're going on beyond Birmingham, somewhere else for tonight. Ramal, how you doing? You love the Birmingham to Crewe route, just bugs. Yeah. Actually, I forgot to ping All Aboard Studios. Danny at All Aboard did say to me, when am I going live next? He was going to pop in, but because this was a very last minute, I didn't get a chance to ping him. Yeah, what a great view. As a bloke from near Wolverhampton, you can say they nailed Wolverhampton station. Excellent, that's good feedback, isn't it? It's very green. Yeah, we haven't got a green train tonight, so there'll be no arguments. It's definitely blue. It's BR blue. Look at that clag though. Blow down a little bit. Those of you that are channel members, by the way, I've not looked at really what you've been saying yet about the little short that I put out earlier on about changing the title. I will look at that later tonight and see what you've said. We're not going with the Queen's suggestion to make you all Queen members, or whatever you called it. What did you say it was, Stace? You gave some name for it. I don't think everybody wants to be called Queen. Great Western Photography, how are you? Good evening. Just set the power off, I think. Yeah, the M6 toll road's quite good, isn't it? Having spent many really bad hours sat in traffic going past that RAC centre. I don't even know if it is the RAC centre anymore. You know where the M5 goes off, and further for miles and miles and miles. That toll road's pretty good. The Queen Bee Massive Plus. Oh dear, no, we're not going to call it the Queen Bee Massive. Andy lad, how are you? I'm doing good, how are you? Oh dear me. Wes, good evening, how are you? Simps, how are you doing? You used the M6 toll a few weeks ago, 10.50 going there. It's 15 quid coming back? Wow. They charge you more to get out, do they, than they do to get in? Yeah, it's worth using it. Getting stuck on that stretch of the M6 is awful. 34 to go. We are going through Wolverhampton, by the way. I did title the thumbnail Wolverhampton Whistler just because it rhymed. It kind of rhymed and we were going through it. We're not particularly stopping at Wolverhampton or anything like that. It just sounded good. And I like the fact that this is called the Whistler. Now, if I use the tractor, what can I call the tractor? The Tipton tractor? I don't know. I have to try and think of something equally witty, I think. You may or may not have overshot the marsh, but at least you're being honest. At least you're being honest. For once. For once. You're alright, Andy, but you miffed the new route isn't working properly. What? Are you on the Xbox, Andy? I can't remember. So I've been playing it on the PS5 a fair bit. We're on the PC now, but I've been on the PS5 a bit. One thing I couldn't do was this. I couldn't set up a free roam. It was telling me that every single train I tried to spawn in, it was saying this will not fit within this scenario or something along those lines. It was giving me a message no matter which place I went to and spawned on foot. It was doing the same thing everywhere. So that's a problem. I already reported that one back to DTG, but Simps, it was bliss though, using a proper road, no traffic. Yeah, you get straight through, don't you? It's great. Mikey, good evening. How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. And DVS 21A, everyone's coming up with the alternate names again. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, Xbox gets it rough every time. You had a minor stopping issue at Polmont. It's all coming out now. Hang on, that was our friend the Virgin Pendle, wasn't it then? There's a bonus. That's the first Creators Club livery I've seen in TSW6. Just passing. There you are, we had a Virgin Pendo as well. Use the Microsoft Store for Windows. Half the layers come up, you don't own them, even though you've got them installed. Oh dear me, yeah, that's not good. Some entitlement issue then. They can usually fix that though. Brains is out soon. I've seen that. That's only on Xbox, isn't it? That I think. I know it's on PC. It's been out on PC for a while, but I think the console version's just Xbox, isn't it? You haven't bought it yet, Mikey, because of blurring graphics on the Xbox. Yeah. You fell asleep during your 8-minute stop at Wolverhampton. We're not stopping at Wolverhampton tonight. We're going straight through. But I know what you mean. Well, we had one on Monday, didn't we? We had a long stop at Wolverhampton, where we went for a bit of a wander round. Dave, Melody, how you doing? I'm sure I said hello to you at the beginning. You must have left a comment. 40007. Wes, you've driven the Flying Scotsman along the West Coast, man. I haven't used any of the steam trains yet, actually. Yeah. The thing is, there's that many layers for this. What issues have you got, Dave, Melody, on the PS5? Just out of interest. Is she causing trouble again? $28 to go. Oh, that's cheeky. I didn't see him sneaking up there. You wish ambassadors would put on the videos what they're playing on? I always mention it. Even I wanted to say what she's going to say now. Garrett, you're from the US. Excellent, welcome. I missed that speed board then, and there's nothing showing in the top. Is this where we cross over for Stafford? Have I been to the USA? Yeah, I've been to the USA a few times, yeah. I have, yeah. Yeah, we're coming up to Stafford because I can hear the platform announcements. Can you hear that? That means we're 1.2 miles from Stafford. That is a bug. Which they know about. Andy lad, what a legend. He has become a member. Thank you very much, buddy. Absolute legend. GG's there for Andy lad, everybody. Brilliant. Thank you very much for that support, Andy. Much appreciated. Welcome to the club. You're in Florida. Excellent. I've not been to Florida, actually. Yeah, PA on a class 40. You didn't expect that, did you? GG's, not BG's. We've done enough staying alive. Oh, thanks for that, Andy. I appreciate that. This is Stafford, everybody. We've driven out of Stafford quite a few times, haven't we, in TS Classic, if you remember. I drove the, on the Ambassador trip, I drove the Les Ross 87 out of that platform. Which is always a very nice drive in that AP 87. Animal. Always trying to wind me up. That newest member makes the brews. D-side train watcher, how you doing? The 40 looks like a class 37. It is a very similar look, isn't it? We can still hear Stafford announcements. That is some loudspeaker, that. Right, we've got 24 to New Street. Tintin 57 lunatics. Put it in the suggestions bit. Right, let's get the clag going once again. Just still announcing. Who's it? Oh, Simps, you said, when's the patch coming out? I've no idea. As they would say, keep your eye on their socials. I'm sure they're working on it though. You'll see some good fun on this channel, says Mikey. You're talking about spads again, aren't you? Spads and overshoots. I can still hear the woman announcing it. There must be, I don't know the way they do it with the announcements. There must be like a... either side of the station there must be like a zone that you can drag in and out in simple terms for how far you can hear the announcements away from the station, and I think it's pushing in a little bit at Stafford. It's only at Stafford where that happens, I've noticed. We got a lot of trains, does Garrett. Have we had a spad recently? I don't know if we have had a spad recently. I'm trying to think when the last one was. Really not sure. Turn off the announcements in the settings. Yeah, you can, but that would then turn it off for everything. It's just that Stafford is bugged, so you can hear it before you get to Stafford. You can hear it a little bit after Stafford rather than at Stafford, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, it's suspiciously like the M6. Oh yeah, look at that, it's got the average speed monitors on there as well. It's the M6, alright. Right, we'll keep it around 60, 65, shall we? Then we don't upset Sir Topham Hatt or whoever else is in charge. We're about to get a spad now. You said it. We haven't had one recently. Oh, don't. That would just ruin it. I was in a really good mood. I thought, we'll fire it up. We'll do this run. I don't need a spad. I definitely don't need a spad. Andy, you managed to spad on the contingency scenario. You were distracted by the cat wanting attention. I can't say I've had a spad because of that, definitely. Pop it in the chat. What was your worst spad and why? Obviously, my classic overshoot at Oxenholme was the best. I was fortunate to not have a red light at the end of the platform, or else we would have had to restart. You want a spad? I like the detail on some of these, even down to the old oil there on the buffers. As I get hit by a green train going past the other way. It's a top on that, yeah. Never had a spad, it would give you nightmares. Yeah, that's true. As an ex-professional, you shouldn't have any spads. Yeah, drive off. It wasn't half an hour. It was more like half a mile. I was only testing, yeah. That was Northampton, wasn't it? The Northampton loop on the TSC, West Coast Main Line South. Yeah, I remember it well. And the evidence is there if you want to go back and watch it. A spad at Euston would be pretty bad. Yeah, it would, yeah. The one that Stace did, that she showed us, if you saw that, at Watford Junction, where she went straight for the buffers at Watford Junction. That was quite funny. I think you're in the 377, if I remember. Or the 375, I can't remember which. She went straight for the buffers. That was quite funny. She was at the part of Watford that isn't a through route. She wasn't on the main line. She was coming into the bay, and then she went straight through the bay as well. And not just slowly. She didn't just test the buffers, she gave them a good hammering, which was quite funny. You could have heard the sound from... You mean the sound from you, or the sound of the train? I bet you were cursing, weren't you? What's my score prediction tonight? Middlesbrough versus Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, I don't know. I've not thought about it. I would have thought Middlesbrough would win that. Are Sheffield Wednesday not at the bottom? I think they're at the bottom, aren't they? Batting twice at the same signal is bad after a restart. Yeah. I can imagine you doing that. Getting to the same place again and doing exactly the same thing. Thing is, if you see that there's a red signal coming, you can quickly, if you've got save switched on, you can save it in case of any problem. If you just don't see the red and you just plough through it, well, you're stuck. I've had a couple of spads where you've got to stop at the red, but the stop marker is so close. Remember in the early days, the stop markers used to be really close to the signal, and you couldn't check off the objective unless you're landing straight on the blue marker. So you had to creep a little bit forward. Well, sometimes they were so close that you'd spad straight away. Back in the 2018 version of TSW, they've done a bit of work on that since, and they've made the gap a bit better. We've still got 17 to go. Middlesbrough second Wednesday bottom. It should be pretty straightforward, I would have thought, than Teesside. Batting because you get distracted watching a Tintin video is pretty embarrassing. That is pretty embarrassing. That is pretty embarrassing. Yeah. Leaving the brakes off and getting out to watch the train roll through the signal. Yeah. There's a brake lever for that animal. Of course, yeah, you got the flirt. There's no chance of the flirt running away because you can't get the thing started, as you've told us a few times. We're not doing too bad. 15 miles. Thank you again, everybody, for coming in. Don't forget to press the like button for me, if you don't mind. You fell out of the train. I've sometimes jumped out of the train. You know, if you want to close the door behind you, and you know you step down onto the ballast and the door is really high up, sometimes it's easier to click on the door and jump out onto the ballast so it shuts behind you. I've done that a few times. But if you fall out the train, you always land on your feet in TSW. That's the good thing. It's got built-in health and safety. You know a driver in real life who got off to phone the signal and his train rolled past him? Oh dear. Did he manage to get back on it? He wasn't phoning the signaller to get the signaller to change the points or anything, was he? Can you imagine that if it went off completely the wrong direction as well? You did something the other week to the train, you don't know what you did, but it was hilarious. You were effing and blinded. What did you do to it? Down to 60, so we're alright. 57. David, good evening. It's really easy to fall out with the steam trains. Yeah, it is, with a little door on the side. Yeah. Oh, you overshot the Preston platform. On platform 4, you mean? That signal, that deadly signal right at the end. Yes, yeah. And I've done that as well. I think there's a few of us probably guilty of that. I know exactly what you mean. And it takes like an hour and a half to come down from Carlisle, and then you go through that signal at the end of the platform, yeah. And a lot of that's to do with the 86 or the 87. If you've got enough power and then you just go idle and roll towards the signal, you're alright. But if you run out of power, you need to speed up to get to the end of the platform again. You can go a little bit, you can notch it up a little bit too much and then go through the signal. So there's a bit of a skill there, I think. There's a Voyager. The guard realised and pulled the emergency brake. I spad and I run away in one go. Oh my god, he definitely went for the tea and biscuits then. There's one thing doing it in the game, but in real life... You're in a 31, standing in the open door admiring the scenery and fell out. And the train carried on, I assume. Oh dear. Right, we're coming up on Wolverhampton. You can see the buildings there to the left, which is right where the station is. This is the signal we got held at the other night, I believe, for a while, when we were in the pen door. We're coming down to 15 through the station. Got a red at the end of the platform at the moment. So we'll just see how we get on. Yeah, we have overshot the deadly Preston signal. Yeah, definitely. You've never been to Preston, but you've been to Blackpool. Yeah, you just came through then, I assume. Evening, Chris. How you doing? You had one of the American trains roll past you when you were switching points. It's brilliant. I wish we had some of these on YouTube. That'd be quite funny. Just to listen to everybody's natural reactions as well as the train sort of comes past. You've had the controllers buttons muddled up a few times and accelerated through a red. The thing is, I can just imagine you doing it. That's the funny thing. That's why I use a controller. Acceleration's on this side, braking's on this side generally, unless you've got a combined brake and throttle. So your muscle memory tells you to go to one side or another generally. In a 31, certainly. Oh, you managed to spad on the Blackpool branches at the signal before the talk at Midge-Hall signal box. Yeah, it does tend to change on its own, doesn't it? But if you're too fast, you can beat the change. Yeah, need a good bleep box, yeah. But keep putting 50p in for charity as well. I think Stacey's charity box is already filled up now. Some charity's really going to benefit there, I think. Oh, you were using a controller. Oh, God. Here's the Whistler, everybody, going through Wolverhampton. Just so you don't think I'm clickbaiting you with the title. This is the Wolverhampton Whistler, right here. We could be waiting for this guy, or red, because this guy could be in front of us all the way to Birmingham, I expect. I'm gonna purposely avoid the spad if I can help it. These are bright, aren't they? Right, we'll wait for that signal to change. We'll try the signaller. Nope, he wants us to wait. Double wait. Yeah, get it uploaded, Stace, so we could see it. Tricky thing is switching between old trains with separate brakes and modern single handle trains. Sometimes go for brakes and they're there. Yeah. Especially if you've had a long session with one train or another and then you switch it. There's our yellow. I presume this is a signal box here, is it? Wolverhampton signal box. Looks suspiciously like a signal box or a power box or whatever they call them these days. This is a nice section, isn't it? Just coming out of Wolverhampton. It's a nice bit of route, this. Yeah, keep animal right, yeah. You swore 6 times in 30 seconds in one video. Wow. That's quite a good animal, yeah. It was the signal box, you mean? It's not there now, is it not? Right, we get to open up the 40 again any minute. Why don't we actually go along here? Look at these guys. Oh, look at that. Then he's walking in the water. Miracles do happen, ladies and gents. Right, let's give it the beans. Of all places, Bournes. Of all places. Right, we've got 11 to go down to New Street. Hopefully we can get the platform when we get there, platform 3. You just never know with the free roam whether you're gonna get all the way down there or not. I've just noticed as well, Stacey, you've gone to number 1 in the chat. I presume Streamlabs is number 2, if we've got a number 2, that is. Yeah, Streamlabs is number 2. I can see it at the bottom. Never fails. Tintin's Barmy Army. Yeah, that might work. And Barmy Army Plus. I think you'd much rather be on board this, wouldn't you, than that 350. Not in the vans, if we had coaches on the back. And we could have run coaches tonight, but I thought we'd do a little bit of freight instead. They seem quite close together, didn't they? How many blocks between those two then? Didn't seem very spaced out. Right, we have a 60 coming up. Need to talk about the driver of this one. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. 8.9 to go. 8.8. Little bit of speeding. If you have got the route and you've got any of these big diesels, give it a try. Good fun. I did have a quick look on Creators Club to see if anybody had created any scenarios like this with similar trains coming backwards and forwards. I couldn't see any though, it's probably a little bit too early, but usually scenarios like that do start appearing eventually. So I'll keep an eye on that as well. You're driving a Jubilee up to Crewe, nice. Shame you can't route hop and take it to Liverpool, yeah. Maybe one day, maybe one day. I don't know what the limitations are on that. You know, why the routes are not joined together. Or at least you got the option of joining them together. Like we always said, route hopping's a start, but maybe it's something you can't do in Unreal Engine 4. Maybe it needs a new game engine or something to be able to do it. I don't know. Not sure. It's nice when you can do it in Train Sim Classic. There's a few routes that have been joined up in TS Classic. One of the reasons I quite like it. A little bit fast again. There's a fella who does a lot of 80s and 90s scenarios for different routes. Do you know what he's called? Can you remember? You can ping it on the Discord if you remember. If you don't know, just off the top of your head. .3 to go. Different authors or companies means issues, especially coding differences. Yeah, I can imagine that too, yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. Did the screen just flash for you, or was it my monitor? I don't know if it's the game or the monitor. You need a lot of his liveries, yeah. And sometimes the liveries are, I think we talked about this a few weeks back, some of the liveries are hard to find as well. It'd be nice if there was some way in the description in the Creators Club where you could actually add the links, so you could just click on the link and go straight to the livery to get the livery, then you're not having to search around for people's names. Because it can take you a while to do that. You didn't see any flashing. Didn't notice anything. Right, I've got you. Yeah, it must have been my monitor. It's quite hot in here. It's probably got to pack up. More to go. But you're looking forward to Preston to Crewe, you mean? Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, can't wait for that. And I bet a lot of people will day one that route as well, just because it's just trains. We always talk about that, don't we? We can kind of sit back and relax. Usually for the quality of just trains and stuff. So, Gotch, how you doing? Yeah, you're right. At the end as well, we got 3.1 miles to go. It's just a quick one tonight. Just taking the 40 down to New Street, but it's all good. Or Thornaby TMD, yeah, I've got a few of his. Yeah, Thornaby TMD or G49TP1. I'll just write that down because I won't remember otherwise. Thornaby TMD rings a bell though. I've definitely got some of his. So this depot here, this is where I was gonna finish the service, but I couldn't. There's no valid docking points for a free roam there. Yeah, the textures is a big problem, isn't it? And I don't blame you, to be honest. Martin, good evening. I don't know what you put there. Streamlabs kicked it out. I didn't get to read it before it went. Right, let's start lowering the speeds. And we got a yellow at the end of the tunnel, which means we may have the platform, which is quite nice. Tell you what, we haven't got that guards van, but the brakes are not super sharp, you know. They're kicking in now. They just take a little bit to build up, I think. Quite a steep drop into New Street as well, isn't it, from this side? Pete Jameson, how you doing? You'll never buy a DLC Day 1 again after this. It's not good for Xbox. No, Xbox has had a rough time again. It's not the first time, is it? It's not the first time. Is that what it is, Animal? The 90% full? I've not heard that one. Is that because it's trying to... Is it buffering the tiles on your Xbox? So I presume if you haven't got enough space to load it in, they become blurry. A bit like a cache on a PC. Yeah, vacuum brakes, Animal, yeah. Right, into New Street we go. We've got Pendos leaving, we got Voyagers in, we got 170s, 350s, 323s. Proper looking New Street now, isn't it? You're not able to use the Voyager or the Freight. I'm sure they got some fixes in the works. You would hope so. Let's just get to the end of the platform. without overdoing it, of course. Barnacles, good evening. 11 AI trains to bring your PC to its knees. Yeah, it's alright actually. The frame rate's pretty good, isn't it? For me. With all that going on. Of course it wants us to get right on top of the marker, so we'll do that. I think we've got, safe to say, we've got the engine room lights on there. What do you reckon? Pretty bright. Right, that's got to be us. What we need is, for freight trains, we need an announcement that says the next train is not stopping here, please stand by. That'd be a good announcement, wouldn't it? So that is it. That's our run for tonight. That's what I wanted to do. Get the big diesels out. Have a run down from Basford Hall. It's been a good run. Thanks everybody for coming in. Very short notice. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it was a nice surprise. We'll be back soon with some more. Until then, have a good night. And I'll see you all on the next one. Cheers guys. See you later.